Hello, Rakesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, super. Finally, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, morning.
Actually, I was facing some issue from Zoom, so I was just trying to resolve that.
Oh, okay, okay. I think WebEx is also available now. They were telling for 3 months free, something they're giving now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah. Some of my guys are using WebEx now since it's free. Probably, I
Okay,
think I'll explore that later as well.
okay.
Because I think Zoom has a limited timings, isn't it? You have to restart again
Yeah,
after
yeah.
supporting.
Zoom, a GoToMeeting has 14 days trial and these all things. So I
Correct.
have a subscription of one of the application, but that is little bit slow. So they are putting some effort onto it. I have logged some bugs on that application.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay. So Hardik, welcome to this core Java session for
Thank you.
where we will be diving deeper into the concept of core Java. And why I'm talking core Java only, this is uh, core Java. Okay, so we have so many things. People are not aware about a few facts that I mean they do not have much knowledge about like what Java to SE is. So right now you can see this is Java to SE. Okay, what does this Java to SE means? Java to standard edition. This is that.
Hmm.
Okay, now, but how many parts of Java do we have? Can we learn whole Java? I mean, in one go, or say, for example, if I have 1 year of time, can I learn full entire Java that has been produced since 1995? These 30 years or 25 years, sorry. This was the silver jubilee of this anniversary of Java right now. So, how many parts of Java do we have? We have Java SC, Java to Standard Edition, and we have Java uh, to Enterprise Edition. Okay, to build what? E-commerce website. E-commerce website.
Right.
Say for example, Amazon, eBay, whatever these e-commerce website, Flipkart. Okay, but actually, yeah, people do say that Java takes a little bit of time to develop an application right from the scratch whenever we are working. But yeah, we do have certain templates pre-made now. Since it is 25 years now, um, now we have the frameworks also. So first, Java SE is there, Java Enterprise Edition is there. Now we have Java ME for mobile edition for mobile applications. So whenever we
I'm
go to the
using
Oracle website, we see that they claim that over 3.1 billion devices are running over Java application. Okay, so in this course, as of now, what today we are going to study is, first of all, what is a language. Okay, and why do we need a language? Thereafter, about assembly level language, and then I'll talk about what is a higher level language. We are just going to have an introduction about the Java, the warm up session for Java today, and tomorrow I'll guide you about how the installation of this Java works. Initially, it used to work like we used to download the a file, and we had to give the folder path and these all things. Now we have to create. The process still remains the same, but we have to create an account in Oracle also. Now Java has gone as a paid edition also. Okay, so whenever we are developing an application and we are trying to put on the server, it asks for some amount of money per user per system. Okay, that is the later part. We are not bothered about that, but we'll be talking about what is language, what is assembly level language, what is higher level language, and then a difference between these two. Okay, and
Right.
then I'll guide you with few of the in-depths of how Java actually, whenever we are starting the program, okay, how it works on the system. Okay, but before that, I'll think as if we all are from class 11, standard 11th. We are in school, we are in standard 11th, we do not know. Okay, so I'm starting it with very scratch. Let me
Right.
share, change the screen. So for let me have a whiteboard only. Okay, so when I talk about very small, okay, if you have any issues or if you want to put anything forward, please just let me know. Okay, when I'm talking about language, okay, why do we need a language? Isn't it a medium of communication? So if I have to communicate something from I mean, if we two people are there, Hardik is there, Rakesh is there. In between both of them, we want to have certain communication. Why do we want to have communication? Rakesh wants some work to be done by Hardik. Okay, so Rakesh has to convey this message somehow to Hardik so that Hardik
Right.
manipulates, interprets, understands, and does the action, gets the result, and the work is done. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is why to convey this message, to convey this action, to get this result from Hardik, I have to convey this message in a form of communication. Okay, so language is a form of
Communication.
communication. Okay, so in this communication in industry, the very first programming language is machine level language. Oh, then what? I know Hindi, I know English, I know somewhat. I cannot claim Kannada.
Yeah.
At least I know the countings. Okay,
Right.
so with these all are the languages which let me do the communication and get certain tasks, get certain actions done to get the results. Okay, but when we have to communicate, when a person has to communicate, okay, to a machine, to a
Hmm.
machine. So very first machine, I'll just take it as calculator.
Right.
Okay, so in this, what will happen if I have to tell that at least do 2 + 2 and then give me the result? Okay, how do I tell it to that? Okay, so the very first programming language that was there in the industry for the first time, that was machine level language.
Right.
Okay, so machine level
Yeah.
language is nothing, you can say it as uh, binary representation also. What is binary?
Right.
Okay, so in this binary representations are nothing but 0 and 1. So people say that 0 is off, 1 is on. So computer or the system shuts down at that point of time for in fraction of a second. Okay, and it is on, okay, for a fraction of second to manipulate that data. Okay, so we should not be bothered about this. Okay, but when what I am talking is say, do you know any something about binary language, how old it
Yeah.
is?
Basically. Oh, okay.
You know,
From like
I mean,
Roman.
I was just going through one of the documentary. I got to know that this 01, this is, I mean, the NASA scientists are actually broadcasting, or I mean, yeah, say broadcasting their messages in the outer space, hyperspace, in the form of this, their messages in the form of this binary, and they have got some results on some farm, you know, on some farm some paintings were made. I mean, that painting could not be made by an individual within a night. Okay, that is very huge. It will take around an year to do that, but that was done. I mean, that happened in just a single night. Okay, so this is just a story. Okay, but I was just watching.
Yeah, Rakesh, Rakesh, I just missed you in between. I think the NASA scientist you said, and then I missed you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
0101.
Okay,
The
I'm
voice
sorry.
was not audible.
Yeah, sure, sure. So this 0101 is nothing, some kind of language which outer
Ah,
space somehow understands, and I don't know what used to happen. Okay,
right.
this was just about my curiosity. Something happened
Ah,
later after sending these messages for some time. Something happened on a farm where
ah,
some painting, the seven wonders, one of the seven wonders has
right.
so scorpion drawing for kilometers, 133 kilometers wide, drawing larger drawings on the farms, and that has been there for
Right.
such a long time, right? Same way
Ah,
we had the painting within one night. Okay, a person cannot make that um, drawing, or that whatever was created on that form cannot be created in a single night by a human. Okay, so that was there. So
ah,
the whole point over here is someone understands this language. Are we alone? No. Okay, so we have traces that binary language, or this is around 1000 years old.
oh,
Okay,
right.
somehow it has a link. So I had just curiosity. Now again, when I'm telling you I am curious, I'll search for this and I'll get to know like what people have actually described about it. Okay,
Right.
so we were talking about binary language. In this, binary represents 0 or 1. Okay, and we are, this person is communicating with the calculator to do the 2 plus 2 and get the result. He is giving this instruction in some form of, he has communication or a medium to communicate with this calculator. This user is communicating with this calculator somehow. Okay, that is nothing but machine level language. That machine level language is the
Rakesh, I'm
binary
losing you
form.
again. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Hello, Rakesh. Yeah, yeah. I think the last part I missed out. The user communication machine.
yeah. So this user has
Ah,
to communicate with the calculator to get the output.
right.
Okay. So this user has to communicate in the form of machine level language, which is the very first language in this industry. Okay.
Right.
So this machine level language is nothing but 0 and 1. It gives the input by tapping certain buttons, and that language converts these inputs into some binary form. Okay, and calculates the result and displays the result as 4. Okay, so very first language was binary language. The second language,
Right.
is assembly level language. Okay, what happens in assembly level language is It is a kind of higher level language than binary level language, which is used to code microprocessors. Oh, microprocessor. Now it is a huge term. Okay, microprocessor is nothing but where we feed certain data. Okay, to get the future outputs. Say, for example, for assembly level language. Okay, in I have this AX is a container. Don't try to go in depth. Okay, just go along with me. You there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Sure. So I have AX, I have BX, I have CX. Okay.
Right.
So this Hardik is the name. Okay. And you have a body. AX is the name. Okay. To represent this container. And
Yeah.
since this is a container, in this container, say for example, in our kitchen, we have jars, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And which what it holds, so it has written pickle. Okay, so this jar is nothing but a container. Okay, or
Yeah.
and this name is nothing but, say for example, variable name. I don't know what variable is, but I'm telling you this is a variable name. Okay, but when I open this jar, okay, and this lid is over here, inside this when I go, I find mango pickle. Okay, so
Yeah.
these mango pickle is there, mixed pickle is there, many things are there. Okay, so this jar has three things. First of all, this jar is a
Mhm.
container. Okay, this jar is a container. Second, this jar has a variable name. I mean, this jar has certain name. If I tell you out of 100 jars, get me that jar. Okay, how will you get me the specific jar that I'm asking? If I have to talk about that jar, I'll talk about its function. I'll talk about its components, what all components are there into it. In that jar, actually, a mango pickle is there, lemon pickle is there, um, jackfruit is there. Can you please find that jar? Isn't it very difficult for you to find that, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because of that, this jar has got a name. Okay, variable. Okay, that is known as a variable name. Okay, and
Right.
again, this jar has got certain content into this. Okay, so that content is nothing but this mango. Okay,
Mm.
same way. Okay, same way, this is a container. Okay, and this container has got a name, and that name is AX. Okay, and we are talking still in the assembly level language. In this assembly level language, I want to keep this inside this container which has named AX. I want to keep certain value. Say, which value should I keep? I'll keep 10. Okay, again, BX is a variable. I want to store 20 into this, and into
Right.
CX I want to store 30. Okay, so the
Right.
main question over here was store 10 in AX. Okay,
Mm.
20 in BX and 30 in CX. This is how it happens at the back end. Okay, this
Mm.
is analogy. This is what happens. This what I meant to do.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
fine. So in this entire assembly level language, okay, since it is little bit higher than binary level language, okay, I'm going to use a certain term which you should not recall what it is, I'll just tell you what how it works later on. Okay, so in the assembly level language,
Yeah.
in the assembly level language, okay, we need an
Hello,
inter.
hello. Rakesh, I just,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, the last part got dropped off.
okay. So I think network issue we have. Okay, okay. In assembly level language, in assembly level language, we need an interpreter. But what is an interpreter? Interpreter is nothing but a translator. Okay, and what it does. So in assembly level language, we wrote, say for example, AX 10, BX, sorry, 20, CX 30. This is the way we write the code in assembly level language. Okay, nobody does actually, but this is the way to write the code. Okay, so a human understands this. Like CX is the container. In CX container, we want to hold this data 30. Okay, but this machine will never understand. Okay, and this is assembly level language. Okay, so this this language, the human written form has to be interpreted to machine level language so that machine understands. So to interpret this whole data, okay, we need a master, that is interpreter. The job of the interpreter is to translate it into what? Translate it into 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0.
Body language.
Okay, which is an understandable format for machine. Okay, so it is happening
Right,
in the machine. M/C means machine. Okay,
right.
so this is a binary form. Okay, who does that? Interpreter. Interpreter
Right.
understands what a user is saying and what has to be conveyed to the machine. Okay, so say for example, if I go to China and this Tom Yung Gung, whomsoever he is, okay, he does not understand English. How do I speak? Because English is not the first language of
I'm
the
losing you.
yeah, yeah,
Hello,
it is not.
Rakesh.
Hello,
Hello.
yeah, just hold on for a second. I'll change the network. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Yeah, Rakesh. I
Hello.
think the last part when you were talking about the
Okay, okay,
translator, you missed out. I think internet problem.
okay.
So I heard till the binary form and the
Sure, sure, sure. Hmm. So this binary form, um, so this is the main part. We have to get, I mean, no one can write the code in this form, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, no one can write the code in this form. Stupid.
correct.
Okay, so so we write the code in at least not in English, at least somewhat close to English, so that a user understands. So that is assembly level language, but still it is old, old form. Okay, so
Right. Yeah,
so here a user is writing the code in assembly level language, and it has to be conveyed to the machine somehow, so that in the binary form, so that machine actually executes it over operating system.
Right.
Okay, so every execution for every program happens over operating system. But in core Java, we have independent platform. Okay, so it is core Java is also known as an platform independent. Okay, but if it is C++, okay, they actually execute over the operating system only, directly to the operating system. Okay, so
Oh,
what I was telling is a user is writing the code and it has to be conveyed in an understandable format, that is a binary format, to the machine, so that the execution happens over the operating system and we get the output as 4. Okay,
right.
okay,
Right.
so
So
to convey,
operating system or Windows, those kind of stuff, isn't it? Windows operating system,
yes,
Linux,
yes, yes,
Unix,
yes, yeah,
their operating system.
yes,
Ah.
yes. So
And Java doesn't require any Windows, is it? I can just start programming on my own. That is how
only
it
the
works.
JDK, Java development kit. Whenever we download the Java development kit, no, into the system, we have to download specific to the operating system. If it is Linux, we will download the Linux. If it is core Java, sorry, if it is Windows or Mac, we'll download that way. But the execution does not happen directly to the operating system. I'll tell you, there we will have one platform, virtual platform, okay, which gives where all the Java programs will get executed. Okay, so the main part over here is what I was telling is to
Right.
say for example, I'm going to China, and Mr. The president of China or the prime minister of China doesn't understand English. So if I or if Modi goes, okay, Modi doesn't talk in Chinese, and the prime minister of China doesn't talk to Modi in English. So to convey the message to and fro between both of them, one interpreter is there. Okay,
Right.
in parliament also, we have uh, people from different states, so we have to understand what they are talking. So what happens, you might have seen, they have a headphone over, they have headphone and they are utilizing it, and they are understanding what they are saying in any language, and that language is then interpreted in their native language, what they understand. Okay, so so there the
Right.
interpreter is changing the language to and fro. Here the interpreter is changing the output, or the user, whatever the user has given the input in the binary form in assembly level language.
Right. Right.
Okay, now
Yeah.
we understood binary, we understood assembly.
Yeah.
um, okay, now we have another form which is purely English. Now, whatever the code we write, that is purely English. So that comes in the category of higher level language. My handwriting is like doctor right now.
No, no, it's good. At least compare it with me.
Okay. So higher level languages are what? I'll tell you: C, C++, Java, Python. These all are higher level languages. Okay, it is a language which is built on simple English words. Okay, say if I have to print something, say for example, I have to print my name, I'll just write system. Don't try to understand. Out dot println Rakesh. Done. This is English word. This is English word. This is English word. This is English word. Okay, every letter, every word is an English word. Okay, so when everything is English and human understandable form, that is higher level language. Okay,
Right.
so we'll go to we'll try to
So higher
understand.
level language means only English.
Yeah,
Is that what we should interpret, Rakesh?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So when we say HLM, it's basically English.
When we say
Higher level language. So
huh,
does that mean that it's mainly, English is what the system needs to
yes,
understand? That's
yeah,
what we have to say, is it?
system doesn't
Okay.
understand higher level language. It is only
Right.
for us, only for us. So again, when I'm talking about higher level language, and it higher level language, okay, and it has to be conveyed in some form to machine. So there is a
Yeah.
journey. Okay, so first,
Right.
since it is English, okay, two things we need. First, whether he's grammatically correct, whether he's syntactically correct. Okay, s- now we have grammatical grammatical correction, grammatically correct. Syntax means the way comma or everything, every small details, the way it has to be in such a way that the the interpreter also understands. Otherwise it will throw an error, right? If interpreter only doesn't understand, how the message will be conveyed to the machine, right? So
Right.
syntactically it has to be correct, grammatically it has to be correct, it has to follow certain rules. Okay, these all things we are doing so that interpreter understands. So he's the
Right.
mediator.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
these all things we are doing so that interpreter understands. Say for example, this is the interpreter. Okay, now to
Yeah.
check grammatical errors, to check syntactical errors, to check whether any violations of the rule is not happening, we need something, and that is compiler in higher level languages. Okay, compiler checks for all these things. Okay, and then it throws an error. When you rectify those error, and when every error is um, completely fine and everything is working completely fine, what happens? Compiler in Java, or say compiler generates some form of document. Okay, we'll talk about it later, we'll understand. After this, this is the first qualification, this is the qualification process. Okay, after this qualification, the second thing comes, this code is handed over to the interpreter. Now, boss, everything is correct. I have seen no violation of the rules is happening. Any syntactical error is not there, so that I understand and I can convey the same what the user is telling to me. And any grammatical error is not there. So these all requirements were for me. Now, please do what user is saying. So interpreter, interpreter will what run the code. Okay, whatever the code is there, it it will run the code. Okay, so that, and it will generate the result on machine using the operating system to generate the output. Getting it?
Yeah. Yeah. So interpreter would be what here, Rakesh? I mean, it will be a code, or I mean a command.
Yeah, yeah. So everything is program only. High level
Okay.
language, you will write, user will write a program over here. Okay,
Right. Right.
and a compiler, in the compiler is also program, which in turns checks the program written by the user.
Right.
Okay, interpreter is
Okay.
also a command, it is not a hardware, it is also a program which runs your code which runs your code, okay,
Right.
so that whatever the this code will be running over the machine, over the machine's operating system, okay, so
Right.
that
Right.
an output of the desired result will be produced.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Got it? So, it's fine.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the other screen right now. We'll understand a little bit about we'll talk about like we have talked about what is Java SE, what is uh, J2EE, what is J2ME. Those all things we have seen. Okay. Now
Yeah.
we have one more thing as
Rakesh, JME, you said, no? Is it all of J2? It's all two, is it?
huh.
J2
I mean,
double
people,
first is J2
anything you
SE.
can see, anything you can see.
Uh,
Java SE you will see, or J2 SE you will see, or JSE you will see, JEE you will see, many things.
okay. And what was J Java ME?
Mobile edition. Okay. Till now, what we have seen.
Because I think at that time your
Okay. Internet issue.
Java ME.
Huh.
ME.
Yeah. Fine. So, what is the?
Alone, I didn't note it down. What?
Sorry.
Yeah, Rakesh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Only the Java ME alone, I lost it. At that time, I couldn't note it down.
Okay.
I mean, I think the internet got lost.
Mhm.
What was Java ME?
Java to mobile edition. So, the job of a compiler. We are talking about the job of a compiler. Very first job is it will take entire code at once. Okay. Second, check for the syntax. Are you with me? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Rakesh, I think I missed you completely. Only now it got. So Java, job of a compiler. Okay. I think the
Yeah.
whole thing I
Yeah.
missed out. Just now it got reconnected.
Okay. No problem. Okay. So now I'm talking about the job of a compiler. We'll try to understand what is the
Okay.
job of a compiler, and you
Right.
understand that where compiler comes, where interpreter comes, where is the user, where is the machine, and
Yeah.
okay. I'll show it to you once again. Okay,
Yeah.
here is the user writing
Correct.
high
Yeah.
level language. Okay,
Correct. Yeah.
here is the output. Okay, output you will get from the machine. Okay, on this machine we have
Yeah.
operating system.
Yes.
Okay, now
Yeah.
now user has written some form of code. Okay, now
Yeah.
this code is going to be compiled by compiler. Okay,
Yeah.
now the
Correct.
compiled
Yeah.
code. Okay, now the compiled code, this is code. compiled code is now handed over to whom?
The interpreter.
The interpreter. Okay, now this interpreter runs this code over machine, over machine's operating system to get the output. Okay, so you understand first thing, second thing, compiler generates this bytecode format code, and this fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay.
Yeah.
Getting?
Yeah.
Shall I remove?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. So now we'll talk about, now we understand where compiler sits, where interpreter sits, where a user is, where the machine is, and where the output is. Everything we understand. Okay. So now this was a shallow level. Now let's go a little deep. Okay. We'll talk about job of a compiler. And this is one time. Okay. This is one time. So first thing is it will take entire program program at once. Okay, now once it has taken entire program at once, it will check for the syntax. What is syntax? I'll tell you.
Yeah, the syntax is basically the way every small letters
Yeah, every
would be
the way
interpreted.
user has written the code.
Comma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a predefined syntax, a predefined notation, the way the code has to be written. Okay, that should not be violated. Okay, otherwise the compiler will only not understand how the message will be conveyed to the interpreter and so on. Okay,
Right.
so we have to check for the syntax. Okay, now it
Yeah.
takes the program at once. Okay, and it checks in the program, it checks for the syntax. Okay, now if there are no errors, convert it to machine level language. I'll just write there are no errors, okay. Now once it has been converted to machine level language, now I mean there are no errors. Okay, if there are errors, you will get the errors, you will have to fix the errors, and then again you will have to compile the code. Again this will happen, okay, again this will happen, and again this will happen. Okay, now the last point is, once if the errors are not there, the code has been converted to the machine level language. Now execute the code the code.
Hello, Rakesh. The last one I'm missing. There are no errors. Okay.
Sorry, I just removed. So
Yeah, you
the
got
last
it. Got
point
it.
is,
I got it. Execute the code.
yeah,
Okay. And what
execute
happens if there are errors?
the code machine. Okay, this is what happens. Okay, to generate the output, but the in the process actually interpreter also comes, and different things will come. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
so this is about a little bit understanding of the compiler. Okay, now I should tell you that we will just try to understand assembly level language needs interpreter, or you can say it as translator. Okay, and it changes the data to binary form, which is processed over a machine to generate the output. This is what we understood that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And in high level language, first, since it is English, directly it is English. It was not totally in English. Assembly level language was not totally in English. Okay. In high level language, we have compiler. Compiler writes, generates this form. Okay. This is actually a binary form. Okay.
Yep.
The only difference that I'm talking right now over here is the interpreter comes in ALL, assembly level language. Interpreter comes at first, and here compiler comes at first. Okay. So in high level language, compiler comes, binary code is generated, and the binary code is processed over a machine to generate the output. Okay. This is the
Right.
binary code. Okay. Now, so actually what happens is machine language is say for example okay, so we have understood this part, right? So this is what I was trying to highlight. Okay, summarizing.
Yeah.
This we have studied, this we have studied. Now, till now, crystal clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now let us do something. Are you taking notes? Okay, so let us talk about a little difference of how to differentiate whether what kind of language it is. Sorry, how to
Rakesh, I
yeah,
think I'm losing you completely.
just a
Not
second,
able
just a
to
second,
hear
just a second,
you now.
just a second. You can hear me now?
Yeah, Rakesh, I can hear you. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So the first part is in assembly level language. Actually, we are talking about the differences. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Huh. So
Yeah, Rakesh, yeah, I can hear you.
in assembly level language, the execution happens line by line. Okay. Say you have a code. Okay. Line by line execution will happen. It will check, okay, this is correct or not. This will check this is correct or not. This will check it is correct or not. Okay, so line by line execution happens
Right.
using what? Using interpreter. But same does not happen with higher level language. Entire we just talked about the compiler, right? Here
Yeah.
entire program will get executed, okay, using compiler. Or not, if you do not want to use executed, the entire program will be checked for syntactical errors or in everything, okay, um, in the one go. Not line by line execution happens over here. Okay, so
Okay.
Second part is interpreter will take single line or statement and it will convert it to the binary form and execute it over the machine. I'll just write it this way. Interpreter will take single line and it will convert it to the binary. Okay, and this binary form gets executed on a machine. Getting? You're not getting bored, right? Hello?
Yeah, Rakesh, I think I got reconnected again. So second point is interpreter is single line, is it? Single line?
Yeah, interpreter will take single line. Interpreter will take single line, okay, or statement. Okay, interpreter will take single line or statement and it will convert it to binary and execute it over a machine to get the result. It happens in assembly level language.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you understanding what is happening in assembly level language? The interpreter comes at first. It will take line by line code, it or the statement, whatever it is, it will convert it to the binary form and it will execute it over the machine. This is what happens in assembly level language. Okay, but it does not happen in higher level language. It will take the entire program in higher level language and convert it to the machine level and execute it to the machine. So here it will go.
Yeah.
It will take the entire program. It converts it to machine level language, then executes on a machine. Getting?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not feeling bored, right?
No. It's good.
Okay. So the third, okay, we have
Thanks,
two more points. Interpreter identifies error in a program when it reaches a statement having error. Okay, so it identifies a program when it reaches the statement having error. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the third part over here is compiler identifies error in a program during compilation time only. Here compiler is the one who identifies the problem, right? The syntactical errors.
Yeah.
So here the compiler identifies error in a program, okay, during compilation process only.
Right.
So it is a qualification process, okay, whether the program has to travel to the machine in a with a syntactical error only or not. So we are putting a checkpoint, okay.
Right.
So compiler identifies error in a program during compilation time only. Fine. Now the fourth
Yeah.
point over here is, since line by line execution is happening, okay, and when it reaches to that line where the error has happened, say for the example last line, so it is not a linear form of going over the code. Isn't it a linear form, like going line by line, wasting the time? Okay, so interpreter is actually slower than a compiler here in assembly level language.
Right.
Interpreter is slower than a compiler in assembly level language. We have this last point. What happens in this? Since we have a compiler, okay, and we have a qualification process to pass
So it's
the
faster.
code, okay, to the machine and get the output, this compiler makes the code execution process faster. Okay, so compiler is actually faster. Faster than, right? We understood first point. Line by line execution happens in assembly level language. In higher level language, entire program will get executed using the compiler, and we know the journey. Okay, second part is
Yeah, faster than an interpreter.
interpreter will take single line or the statement of, and it will convert it to the binary form. Okay, and and it will execute it over a machine. Okay, in assembly level language. But in higher level language, the entire program gets converted to the machine level language, and it gets executed on over a machine. Okay, the line by line system is not there
Yeah.
in higher level language. Okay, so in assembly level language, we are here. Third point is, it identifies a program. Interpreter identifies a program when it reaches the statement having the error. Okay, interpreter identifies the error. Interpreter actually identifies the error when it reaches the statement having error. Okay, and third part
Yeah.
is, compiler identifies the error during the compilation time only, because it takes the entire code in one go, like hippopotamus. Okay,
Yeah.
it takes one watermelon in one go only, like one bucket of
Right.
water in one go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, same way compiler is taking the whole program in one go, and within that instant of time only, it identifies the syntactical errors. It identifies whether the violation of the code is there or not. Okay, now the fourth part, the interpreter is slower than a compiler in assembly level language, but
Yeah.
actually interpreter is slower. So to overcome that situation, we have a compiler, and compiler is not slower than the interpreter, it is faster than the interpreter. So the way we have
Correct.
put in everything for higher level language, we are pretty much fast than in our coding, in our execution, in our getting the errors and everything. It is really very important. That is why nowadays people are using higher level language only, and to code in assembly level language is really very difficult. It is not only the English keywords, it is pretty difficult.
Right.
So shall I remove?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, now I'll remove this whiteboard.
Got it. Yeah, I noted. Okay.
Okay, Now we should go to, I have some certain presentations. You have time? So, do you see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay.
can. Yeah, core Java. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what you were trying to understand there that time, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. J2SC, JSC, J2E. Okay.
Hmm.
Micro edition. So what is micro edition? I mean, that is one thing I missed out at that time. So what was
No, I
micro
did not
edition?
talk about it much. I just told,
Okay.
yeah. Yes. So this you have understood. The core Java was actually a brainchild of James Gosling. He was the person. That time, core Java was not the name. Okay, that time, the name of the core Java project was, the Java project was Oak. Okay, if you want to go ahead with the history, we can go ahead that way also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so huh. So uh, James Gosling, he is the person who was responsible for. I mean, these are the this is the list of the people who actually were the responsible for getting this project done. Okay, James Gosling obviously is the very first person. Okay, Patrick Norton, Chris Worth, Ed Frank, and Frank Sheridan. One Indian guy was also there. I don't know his name. He left Sun Microsystem later on. So the Java was the brainchild of Sun Microsystem. Now
Right.
Sun
Right.
Microsystem has been acquired by Oracle. Okay, so
Right.
now Java is of Oracle. Okay,
Right.
so we'll see here as in the how Java started and what is the journey of Java. Shall I continue if you are not getting bored?
Yeah. 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 Sure. Sure.
Okay, so first Java alpha or beta, you can say it as it was the name as Oak, OAK. Okay, 1995. Then Java version 196, Java 1.1 97, 1.2 98, 1.3 2000, 1.4 2002, 1.5 2004, 1.6 2006, and 7 is 2011. And 8 Java 8 came. I'll tell you. Now we are working on Java 8, and it has come somewhere. I'll tell you later on. 2015 or something. I'll tell you. I'm not fully aware about what when did it come. Okay, so you already know what is J2SE or JSE. What is J2 uh, EE or uh, J2EE, Java to Enterprise Edition. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and now J2ME or JME, Java to Micro Edition, Mobile Edition, whatever people say. So later on, this Oak was renamed as Java in 1995. Okay, the design goal of Java is Java was originally meant to be a platform neutral language for embedded software in device. No need to understand if it is highly, difficult terms. Okay, so platform neutral language means I'll just tell you how we can think of it clearly. Okay. So do you see the diagram? When,
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
yeah. So what happens is, once you have written the code, Java in .java form, you have one line of code. The name of this code is, say for example, test. Some extension will be there. Every file has certain extension. Means after the dot, what kind of file it is, what kind of software is needed to process it and to get the output of it. Okay, we have certain extensions. Okay, after the dot, whatever the name of the file we choose, say for example, if it is document format, wordpad, okay, or word, ms word, it will be the name of the, say for example, the test is the name of the document, test.docx, docs. Okay, so whenever you are writing a java code, whenever you are writing a java code, okay, that extension will be .java. Okay,
Right.
test.java. So this is the code, this is the code, and java code dot java extension. Okay, compiler actually compiles it and produces another file, one more file. Okay, this .java file will be changed to one more file. Okay, there you will
Okay.
not understand, it is a bytecode format. It is a bytecode
Right.
format, you will not understand. But the extension of this class will be, say for example, name is test dot class. Okay, we will have two files, and this class file, say if you have downloaded Java development kit. Okay, say for example, if you have downloaded uh, JDK, Java development kit, in Mac, Windows, Linux. Okay, so we have Java virtual machine, Java
Right.
virtual machine, JVM, on Linux, on Windows, on Mac. Okay, once you have written the bytecode, no, say for example in Windows only, this bytecode format, this bytecode will run on Mac also, it will run on Windows also, it will run on Linux also. You wrote Java code, you wrote dot Java code. This was the file where you wrote the code. This later on got converted to dot class file. Okay, this later on got converted to dot class file, and this dot class file was given in a pen drive to different systems.
Okay.
Okay, Mac, Windows, and Linux, and these different systems were running fine. Okay, because before this system we have JVM in every system. You have downloaded JDK, you have downloaded JDK, okay, in Linux, in Windows, and in Mac. So this bytecode will run on Mac JVM. This will run on Windows JVM. This will also run on Linux JVM. Okay, this is known as being platform independent or platform neutral language.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you have written your code in Windows and you can run that code, this one, dot class file, take it in a pen drive, insert it in Mac, insert it in Linux system also. Okay, that code, this code which you have written in Windows, that will run in Mac also, that will run in Linux also. How? Because it is
Right.
not totally running over the operating system. You can see before this we have JVM. The code actually runs over the JVM, that is Java virtual machine. That is a virtual machine which Java has created. So the execution does not happen over the operating system. It happens over the Java virtual machine. So it is not operating system dependent. It is virtual machine dependent. So that comes along with the JDK tool. That is why Java is platform independent. Getting?
Yeah. Got it.
So this is a little bit, you'll have to understand more into it. Tomorrow we will start the same time, design goal, from design goal only. Okay, whatever we have done today, and we will dig deeper into little bit more concept, and you will understand how actually the backend works, what all components are there in the backend. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear you, Rakesh. Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow we will dig deeper into the concepts, and we will understand what all components are there at the backend, how actually programs runs at the backend. Okay. We
Okay.
will straightforward not write the programs. We will try to understand how
Right.
does this work. Okay.
Okay,
Tomorrow at the
okay.
same time we will
Great.
log in. Sure.
Sure. And Rakesh, this dot Java and dot class. So I write a program, I say it as dot Java, right? I
Dot
mean,
Java.
the name
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the program would be dot Java, and
Yes.
then dot class would be to
Compiler
compile it,
generated file.
basically.
Compiler generated form of dot Java file. It is a bytecode format.
Okay. Right. So when I write a program, it will commit as dot class, isn't it?
No. We do not operate over the class. The dot class file
Okay.
is understood by the interpreter. So interpreter is what he will feed on this dot class file and understand the system, what is there in it, what it is asking me to do. Okay, I'll just walk you through. Everything will be clear within a day or two. Okay, when I'll write the
Okay,
code,
no problem,
and
Rakesh. Yeah.
yeah,
First day I'm jumping too much, I think. Okay,
no, it is
no
fine,
problem.
totally
This is
fine.
good. At least it's in my head. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
And installation, should I do it tomorrow on the system or?
No, don't do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it, or I'll
Okay.
tell you how to do it. You have to do it by your own.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Sure.
very much, Hardik.
Thanks.
Tomorrow
Thanks a
at the
lot.
same
Then.
time,
Yeah. Thank you.
8 o'clock we'll meet.
Sure. Talk to you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Same to you. Bye.